In this quick tutorial, we're going to talk about Google Docs, specifically going pageless and including a table of contents. I don't know about you guys, but I know that I have had access to Google Docs that have lacked continuity, are hard to navigate, and lack organization. You know, I might be in a meeting and somebody might say, go ahead and go to page 3, paragraph 2, and I'm scrolling through this information, right, trying to find exactly what they're talking about. And sometimes I've got a document that has pictures or tables on it, and the formatting can be funky because of the page breaks. So going pageless and including a table of contents, TOC, allows you to avoid some of those common issues. In addition, and even more importantly, there are really added benefits when you're using these two things with your students as the primary audience. You think about differentiating content for students, and doing these two things allows you to differentiate really well. One of the things that you can do is you can chunk information by going pageless. You can include a table of contents so that students know exactly where to go to. I've used this strategy when I have group work, and so that's the example that we'll kind of walk through. So going pageless and including a table of contents helps you to avoid some common issues, but there are lots of added benefits. So let's go ahead and dig right in. So here we are on a Google document. I'm going to scroll for a little bit so you can see the page breaks. You'll notice that this document has 14 pages, and so in order to navigate from one section to the next, it requires scrolling. You'll also notice that my tables are separated by the page breaks. And so let's go ahead and fix this document so it is now pageless and has a table of contents. We're going to go up to File, Page Setup, and we're going to select Pageless and select OK. You'll notice now what happens, a couple of things happen. There are no more page breaks, right? Because now I'm pageless, and my headings have now turned into collapsible and expandable sections. Think about how that might affect your reluctant readers, where now they only have to look at one section at a time. So for differentiating, this is great. I also like to use this for group work because I would color code each of these headings. So I might make one blue, I might make one green, I might make one red, and I would say if you're in the green team, find your section. If you're in the red team, find your section. And so it's just as easy as formatting any other kind of text on a Google Doc. So I'm going to make this one green, I'm going to make this one red, and so you get the idea. So I could say, green team, go to your section. So now we're going to go ahead and make it even better by adding a table of contents. Now when I do that, I want you to notice what happens, because as I mentioned earlier, these are all headings. In order for you to have a table of contents, you must have headings. So as I hover over this and I highlight, and I go up here, you'll notice that it's heading 1. Typically what it says is normal text. So if I just select something else, you'll notice it's normal text. But in order to have a table of contents, it has to be a heading. So let's go ahead and insert that table of contents so you can see what it's going to look like. I'm going to go up to Insert, Table of Contents, and because I already have my headings, it automatically made a table of contents for me. I don't like how small it is, so just like anything else in Google Doc, I can format this differently. I can increase the size, I can change the font. I'm going to go to my favorite, which is Merriweather, and I'm going to make it 14. So now that's my table of contents. I could put a title in there that says table of contents. Now when I'm directing students to certain spots on this document, let me go ahead and expand these expandable sections. And now I'm going to tell my students, okay, I want you to go to slides. So instead of scrolling and finding it, they just click on slides, and it takes them right to that page where they need to go. So that's just going to increase their time on task as well. Now I mentioned earlier that just like you can change the colors here, you can also change your colors in the table of contents. So I could take this, if I wanted everything to be nice and uniform, and I could make this green so my green team knows this is the only place that they have to go to. So it's great for collaborating too, because students know exactly where they have to navigate to, increases time on task, helps your reluctant readers because you're chunking that information, increases organization, and it just gives it an overall more fluid look and feel so that your content is doing the talking and not all the scrolling that they might have to do. So there you go. That's pageless and table of contents in a Google Doc.